And grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow. I am doing this video without me in it because, quite frankly, I'm shirtless and I did not want to go all the way downstairs to grab a shirt. So I figured I would at least cover this real quick because this is pretty... I've never seen a breakdown before of this, so I'm doing this video pretty impromptu, unplanned. I was just kind of going through, and I found this Brazilian CBDC pilot source code includes methods to freeze and drain wallets. This is all functionality that many of us have obviously already expected to see, but it's one thing to assume that this is going to be the case, and it's another to actually see it in code. So we're going to take a little look at this. Banco Central do Brazil published the source code. There's a link here for its CBDC on GitHub last week and allowed the public to conduct an audit of the system's code, which blows my mind in and of itself, quite frankly. Developers soon found concerning functionality in the source code of Brazil's CBDC pilot, including mechanisms to control individual wallets and the funds they hold. Concerning functions, developers quickly began analyzing the code and found that the smart contract included admin functionality called access control, which the central bank could share with trusted entities. Access control in this context functions similarly to administrative rights or privileges on a computer network. Its main purpose is to allow trusted entities to mint and burn the CBDC token on any address in the system. Full stack developer reverse engineered the code and found a number of concerning functions that can be executed by entities that have access control permission. Now, right off the jump, I'm thinking to myself, well, can't they just they can pretty much do this at the banks, right? You can have a little $10 an hour individual plugging numbers into your bank account or out of your bank account at ease. Like it's not necessarily a new thing. So to some degree, it sounds scary. And I think it's because I guess in my view, I'm thinking, okay, so we're used to, Bitcoin and Cardano and things like that. We're used to these blockchains that, you make a mistake and you're done. Like there's no getting it back. There's no second chances. There's no take backs. It is what it is. And because of the nature of the decentralization of these blockchains, it's like everything's immutable. You can't hack it, can't change it, can't do anything, right? And we like that. And then we see these centralized bank cryptocurrencies, if you can call it that, and then we see the functionality associated with them, and we're thinking, oh, this sounds really bad. This looks really bad. Look at all the control they have. But they already have this control. I mean, let's be real. If you fail to pay your taxes, the IRS can drain your accounts. Like this isn't anything new. It's just they're coding this into the functionality of a digital currency. So I'm not sure if it's as alarming as it sounds at first glance, because right now all of our money is pretty much digital. It's all stored on ledgers that can be changed by anybody with access to our accounts. So, but this is a breakdown of some of the functionality associated with these CBDCs. Disable account disables an account authorized to transfer tokens. Enable a previously disabled account for token transfers. Increases the frozen balance of a wallet address. Decreases the frozen balance of a wallet address. Overrides the ERC20 transfer function. ERC20, interesting, to include account status checks and frozen balances. Overrides the ERC transfer from function to include account status checks and frozen balances. Creates new real digital tokens for a specified address. Burns, destroys a specified amount of real digital tokens. pauses token transfers, resumes token transfers, retrieves the frozen balance of a wallet address, checks if an account is authorized for token transfers, transfer tokens from one wallet to another, transfer and burn tokens from a wallet, and burn tokens from a specified account. I don't really see anything overly alarming, honestly. I know that many of us, we don't want to see these CBDCs because we don't like the idea of the centralized digital currency, but it's coming regardless, whether you like it or not. My question is, think about it. If something were to happen and you were to get hacked, or the bank institutions, the main systems were to somehow get hacked, wouldn't we want to know that they're able to put the money back in our account like they can right now? They can pause and freeze transactions. If something happens, they can fix it. I mean, we like that functionality with banks, don't we? I mean, wouldn't we want to make sure that same functionality was possible with a centralized digital currency? Maybe I'm playing devil's advocate here, but I personally wouldn't want to risk some minimum wage employee of a bank that is handling the custody of my crypto, fat thumbing something and being unable to change it on like a Bitcoin blockchain or a Cardano blockchain, right? So to some extent, this is customer protection as much as it is control. They already have this control, so I don't really know why everybody is that up in arms about it. They can do all of this already. So unless I'm wrong, I mean, tell me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that you can pretty much do this all already. The sector of cryptocurrency has persistently raised concerns about the potential of a CBDC to curtail financial freedom by potentially limiting participation in the financial system. Some argue that governments cannot be trusted with such overt control of an individual's finances, and that financial privacy is a basic human right. Like I said, they already have this control. The IRS can do anything they want to anybody for really any reason. If they think you owe money, they can just take it. It's not like they have to go to court first. It's just, I don't know. I think we're under the delusion that the government doesn't already have all of this control as it is. The Brazilian CBDC pilot, which includes some of the very functions privacy advocates have warned about, has been identified by the community as an immediate cause for concern. Famous whistleblower Edward Snowden has been warning of the risks of CBDCs becoming policy tools for years. He said during an interview recently that CBDCs are crypto-fascist currencies that could annihilate the savings of an average wage worker. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure they could do all this now. I mean, look at what happened with all the truckers and all of the money that was being sent to the truckers in Canada. I don't think they're on any CBDC system, but they were still able to freeze everybody's accounts and stop donations from coming in. The governments already have this control. To be honest, my impression of CBDCs is that we're going to reach a point where these decisions are made by an AI. This is what I think is ultimately going to happen. These are all systems, all capabilities and functionalities of the government already. But with the centralized digital currency, AI can monitor the ebb and flow of currency in a much easier way as it's attached to, an individual. So these accounts, I believe, can be monitored in a way that will reduce money laundering. It will increase taxable income. It will increase taxation. I would not even be shocked to see that once CBDCs have been truly adopted, and it is the main way, the only way anybody is transferring value from point A to point B, it would not surprise me at all that an automatic tax system is put in place for at least, I would say, half of the population, especially like W-2 employees and things of that nature. And I also believe that when that happens, we're going to start seeing other things like universal health care and other systems that are more along the lines of a socialist economy as opposed to what we have today. And I think that the CBDCs are very likely going to be what brings in a lot more of this kind of socialist control. And we can call it control, but it's almost like a yin to the yang, you know, somebody who's more well off and independent, wealthy, you know, that sort of thing, we would consider it control. But to those who, you know, for whatever reason, maybe they're on welfare, they need assistance, or they're on fixed incomes or social security, if that program were to go away someday and then everybody's kind of living from government money, this is going to be a way that they say, okay, well, here's your social credit score. You need to raise this up. And when your social credit score gets to X, then your CBDC income will be increased. Or, you know, you have to, you know, the public can be asked on so many levels, so many variables of what to do, what not to do to maintain some of the more socialistic income streams or medical support or whatever. And I believe a lot of this stuff is going to be automated to a large extent through CBDCs. That's what I think. So, you know, hey, this is very eye-opening regardless. And to see this, you know, it's coming. Whether you like it or not, CBDCs are coming. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Am I hitting the nail on the head, do you think? Or do you think I'm a little bit tinfoil hattish? Let me know. And until next time, guys, crow your coins. I'll see you soon.